Oh, it is Thanksgiving. We're going to be talking about gratitude, but not in the traditional sense, not in the way that you've heard it before. I want to talk about the kind of gratitude that actually grows your business, deepens your authority and your leadership, and makes you more visible without even trying harder. So, you guys know I love gratitude. I feel like everyone who's a student of leadership really loves the topic of gratitude and understands the importance of it, that this is an actual law, just like the law of gravity. We can't see gravity, but we know it exists. There is a law of gratitude. And if we want more things to be grateful for, we have to be grateful for the things that we already have. So let's dive in and let's talk about gratitude in a little bit of a different way as I wish all of you, happy holidays, whatever you decide to celebrate for Thanksgiving, and let's get started. Welcome back to the Messy Success Podcast, where your growth is our favorite topic. I'm Elizabeth Henson, and on this channel, we share behind the scenes of building a business using our community-based marketing and real life lessons to make business easy and profitable. We help you combine your Dharma, your skills, and your offers to build the business of your dreams on your terms. I don't give average business advice, I hate to tell you, but I'm here to help you unlock your superpowers that are already within you. So make sure you follow along, hit that subscribe button, and I promise you'll start becoming more magnetic and see your own community grow around your brand. All right, we're going to be breaking this down into 3 simple points. The first one is gratitude is your visibility strategy. The second one is that gratitude is fuel. A lot of people think gratitude is a finish line. We're going to talk about how gratitude is momentum. And then, my favorite, gratitude for the stretch, being grateful for the things that made you really uncomfortable that might have actually been difficult. So, let's get into it. The first one, gratitude as a visibility strategy. When we express to our clients and to our world, our audience, our community, whatever that means to you, when we express our gratitude in a really deeply authentic way, people will lean in. They will share. They will talk about you. This is an actual positive energy, and there is science behind it. When people truly believe you and they can see and feel the gratitude that you exude that comes out of your body in this unseen way, they remember you and they will share about it and they will say, wow, she's really real. And I can give you a tangible example of this. So I just went to a friend's 10-year work anniversary party. This is a local friend. Shout out to Misty. She's going to be on the podcast sometime in the next couple of weeks or months. I'm not sure. And we haven't really kept in touch. I was a big part of her business or just her friendships. When it started, we were good friends. I designed the very first iteration of her logo 10 years ago. But we haven't really kept in touch over the last 10 years. Not really for any reason. I went really heavy into the online world and she went really heavy into the Hampton Roads community. And, people drift. There was nothing wrong or bad or broken. But I got an invitation to this 10-year anniversary party and I was so excited, to be invited and just to be included that I was like, I'm going to make this happen. So I go to the party and I'm watching her community. I mean, there were so many people here to celebrate her success and to celebrate her as a human being. And I looked around the room and I saw people that were in her world 10 years ago. I saw new people in her world, but everyone had these really beautiful and authentic things to say, not just about her business success, but about who she is as a person. What physically happened to me is that I wanted to lean in and I wanted to know more. And automatically, like my trust meter that may have felt a little unsure because I was like, we haven't talked in like 7 years. I don't know where I stand with her. My trust meter walking into the room was shaky. And as I witnessed all of these people celebrating her and grateful for her, my trust meter just went up and up and up and up and up. And my trust meter went so far up that I made sure to reach out to her, a day or two after the event and sent her a voice message. And I said, "Thank you so much for including me. I know that I have not really been able to see or keep up with what you've been up to, but holy moly, I'm so impressed. And would you like to be on the podcast? How can I support you? How can we collaborate?" And that made me feel a little nervous and uncomfortable, like kind of reaching out, like, is she going to think like, "Oh my God, now that she knows I'm successful, she wants to hang out with me." Like all of these like little version of me thoughts, right? But I knew it was the right thing to do. And I knew it was coming from a really genuine and authentic place. And of course, she welcomed the message with warmth. And yes, I'd love to be on the podcast. I said, "Great, I'll follow up next week." And this wasn't oh, let me have her on the podcast now because I can see that she's built this empire. It was one of those moments where I was like, if her community loves her this much, she's doing something right. And there have been a lot of moments in my life where I look at someone and I may not be sure where I stand in their eyes. I may be like, do they like me? Are they wary of me? But I can see that their people love them. And to me, that means they're doing something really well. And you can feel that energy, whether it's authentic or whether people are like, "Oh my God, here we are at this 10-year anniversary party. Here she goes again," right? You know the difference, the energy in the room. And you guys, any success story, especially a female success story of someone following their dreams, I mean, I'm crying, right? I am crying on like the Taylor Swift documentary. I'm crying watching my friend Misty celebrate her 10-year milestone. It's just who I am, and I can feel in my body when it's really real. So that is how gratitude can be your visibility strategy. When you build community around your business, which is what I'm all about. You guys know that's why we're even here, is my true core at my who I am, that community is marketing. And when you can live from this place of gratitude, you are magnetic. People are drawn to you and they will share about it. Because you better believe I left that party and I was telling my 3 best friends about how awesome it was. So that's a real life example of how this works. Okay. So gratitude is a visibility strategy, but it has to come from that really genuine, authentic place. You cannot fake it. Okay. Now, number 2, gratitude is fuel. A lot of people think gratitude is a finish line. Well, I'm grateful for this thing I did in the past. I'm grateful for this thing that happened to me in the past. But it's actually strengthening your foundation so that you can continue to grow. So when you are grateful and ambitious, you can move into that really aligned action. And you can be grateful and have those open hands for more momentum, more things to be grateful for. The more grateful you are, the more things you have to be grateful for, and the more things that you attract. And when I think about this one, gratitude is fuel, not a finish line. I think about my health journey because I love to give people this kind of silly example. I am not a big crier. I cry when I'm feeling these feelings of gratitude or inspiration a lot more often than I cry when I'm hurt or angry. So yeah, I just told you guys how I cry when I see women's success stories because I see myself in their journey, and there's this grateful and inspired energy all at once. And when I think about gratitude as a fuel, I think about this day, multiple days that I would leave the gym after like kind of just getting my ish together with my health journey over the last couple years. And I would be leaving the gym and I would just be thinking, I'm so grateful I finally did this for myself. And I would have moments where I would cry, not like boo-hoo crying, but like these tears are coming down. And I feel this immense gratitude in my entire body just for myself, for finally making it a priority to put my health first. And it was a very real sensation. And that was fueling me into getting to the gym more often, not a past tense. Not like, oh my God, I'm so grateful I lost this weight, so now I'm going to stop. Or I'm so grateful that I'm finally taking care of myself that now I'm going to stop. No, gratitude to keep going. I'm so glad I started. And I think about that with my business all the time. I'm so glad I took the leap to do this, even though it's difficult, even though that it's stretching me, even though there are days where I want to burn it all down, right? But I'm grateful that I took the leap and that I get to be here in my home, ready to greet my kids when they get off the bus. That is success to me. And that is gratitude. And that is the fuel to keep going, to continue to make it better. And that kind of brings us into the third one, which is gratitude for the stretch. So we can't only be grateful for the wins. The biggest moments probably came from discomfort in those stretch moments, or setting a boundary that you were unable to set for so long and you finally figured out how to flex that boundary. For uncomfortable conversations, things that made your voice stronger, learning to be more direct, speaking to myself there. Gratitude for these uncomfortable moments creates even more resilience. It strengthens our ability to be uncomfortable because believe me, if you can live uncomfortably, you will continue to grow and grow and grow. And I look back at things that I'm like, could have done that differently, learned a lot there. But I find a way to be grateful for those lessons. And that continues to push me. And we can use this in business. We can use this in life. We have to be grateful for the hard moments too. And that doesn't mean that it's like, oh my gosh, like this horrible thing happened or someone in my family passed away. Let me be grateful. No, of course you're not grateful that that happened, but you can be grateful for what they left you with, what they left behind, their legacy, the time that you did have. Right? And we're not minimizing feelings. I think gratitude can get a bad name, especially when parents are like, just be grateful. We're not minimizing whatever negative or sad or emotional feelings that we're having. It's an and, not an or. This can be really hard and I'm really sad. And I'm grateful for all that I learned. It can be both. And that is applicable in so many areas of our life to just get rid of that or and make it an and, because things can coexist. Happiness and grief can coexist. Business success and failure can coexist. But the more that we focus on the things that we can be grateful for and live in that and embody that, the more resilience we create and the more things to be grateful for we will find. So there's your Thanksgiving gratitude episode. No matter when you decide to listen to this, this will be really powerful. It's not always just about Thanksgiving and one day of the year, but I wanted to just bring in a little bit of a Thanksgiving cheer to this, I guess. And I just love talking about gratitude. It's one of those things I'll never get tired of talking about. I know that we can hammer it, but it is a law. I believe in it into my core. I shared those real life examples with you. So as you guys walk away from this episode, I hope that you will go sit in some gratitude. I'm not even going to say go tell anyone. Just go sit in it for a minute and see if you can really feel it in your body. Because if we want that gratitude to do what I talked about in number 1, it has to be that real vibrational frequency. And people know the difference. And you can think about times in your life where you knew someone was truly, truly grateful. And that's what you want, that vibrational 3D experience combined with our deepest level of consciousness and being the best version of ourselves that we can be. Okay, hopefully you listened to our episode last week on the creative economy. You guys, I am so excited about this. Make sure that you go check it out at elizabethhenson.co/economy. Join us, be part of our world. It is only $50. This is one of the coolest things I've ever created and the most accessible. So make sure you check that out. I'll see you inside. And thank you for being here, for pushing play today. I love you all, and I mean that with all my gratitude. Whether it's one person listening or 10,000, I show up the same because it's all my dharma and my purpose to be here with you. So thank you. Have a beautiful Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for being here and pushing play today. It absolutely means the world that you have found this podcast or found this YouTube channel, and we wouldn't exist without you. So, if you're curious about finding your next step in business, don't forget to take our next step action quiz at elizabethhenson.co/next. And if you love this podcast or you love this channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, or leave us a review. It truly means everything. And if you have a question or a barrier in your business, we are starting a new series where we're going to be coaching live on air and taking questions and using them as inspiration for the podcast. All you have to do to submit your question, or if you're interested in being a guest on the podcast, is go to elizabethhenson.co/ask. Again, that is specifically if you are open to being vulnerable and sharing about your business and being coached live on air. We hope to hear from you. All right, I'll see you guys next week.